to New Orleans and try and pick up the pieces. And it's kind of interesting because, there are a lot of schools of thought, especially as parents. Do you bring your children home to this?
Right.
Do you bring your children home to this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Or do you protect them or keep them away from it? And there were a lot of schools that thought about it, and Russ and I decided that to not bring our children home would come back to bite our butts in the end, or theirs. It's like leaving a murder scene. My children left that day with an orange juice cup, on the side of their bed, and whatever pants they had stepped out of that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to not come back and have a look, at what happened, and not come back into their community of their school and share their stories with their friends. I just think ultimately, and all the psychologists, people, the professionals,
so-called,
that it was important.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we didn't stay here, if we had to come home and touch base and look at it,
mm-hmm.
and then decide what we could handle and what we couldn't handle.
So it's been like really a time of healing, huh?
Hugely. And I have never seen, in the wake of such sadness
mm-hmm.
and out of your control, life, the humanity, the generosity, and the outpouring of love
wow.
from everywhere
really?
was it just matched every piece of sadness I had was matched by a piece of gratefulness.
Wow.
And that is the truth. And it remains that way.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tough time about 2 years in where I didn't think I could stay here anymore, Russ and I.
Mm-hmm.
That's a song called Oh Nola.
Oh, okay.
Where I'd written a goodbye letter to the city because I just didn't think I could take it anymore.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
However, turns out I could.
How about? Huh. So what about like the future plans? What kind of things are you looking at down the road?
Oh my God, there's a million of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, give us a tease at least.
I have a list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. I like lists.
Okay, here's all that's going on.
Uh-huh.
First of all, there's a project that I'm involved in with a guy named Freddie Johnston and John D. Graham. They are singer-songwriters. One of them's out of New York. The other one is out of Austin.
Okay.
And we have a new record coming out at the end of February, early March.
What, this year?
Yes.
And I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, you have a lot of research.
I got to talk to Russ. He's not keeping me up on things. Okay.
Oh, right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so what's this?
Okay.
What's this new CD about? What's going on?
It's being touted as a supergroup. Go on to RollingStone.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's me and these two other songwriters,
Right.
and they are famous in other worlds,
Uh-huh.
or noted. And we put together a record. It's three singer-songwriters coming together and collaborating. But we also have a fun twist on it, which is that it's a faux band. It's two brothers and an adopted sister. I always find myself in a family band.
Okay.
And the theme of their first conception was having to do with, do you know what a Hobart machine is, any of you gentlemen?
No, what is it?
None of you know what a Hobart is.
I have no idea. I've heard the name, but I don't know what Hobart is.
Have any of you washed dishes in a restaurant?
Yes, that was my first job out of high school at the Landing Restaurant in New Hope, PA.
You were holding a Hobart in your hand.
Is that right?
Yeah, the big sprayer thingy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're the Hobart brothers in Los
Okay.
Sorry, it'll take me a second to recover as well.
Okay.
So anyway, these two guys got together and they were starting to write songs about their life and times in restaurant work.
Uh-huh.
And we all got together at South by Southwest in Austin, and it turns out that I'm huge fans of both of them, and them of me. $5, $10 right there. And I also have handled a Hobart. So it qualified me to be in their band. And so...
Well, you guys got some weird initiations.
I know, but go look it up, okay? I hope somebody's taking notes because there's a lot to look up.
Okay.
And then the second thing that is going on is Victoria Peterson Cowsill, who is Vicki Peterson from the Bangles, my best friend for the last 30 years. Mm-hmm. We have had a kind of virtual band called the Psycho Sisters for the last 30 years. We did a couple of recordings back in the late 80s, and we are now making our debut record. We're recording it in the next 2 weeks. So it's called the Psycho Sisters. That's our band name. And we're taking songs that we wrote back when we were kids and writing some new ones as well.
Wow.
So that's another fun thing. And then Russ and I have a basket full of tunes that only get started because I'm a mom and a housewife. And he'll make us sit down at one point and put a deadline on us. And then we'll make another Susan Cowsill record.
All right. So
and one more thing.
Yes.
The Cowsills have a documentary that is coming out. I think we talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, you did. You gave us a teaser when we were talking earlier. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's called A Family Band, and it is a labor of love of the last 10 years, and it's the story of our family and our music and ourselves. So just go Google that as well. Okay?
Well, it's about time, I got to tell you, because I thought something like that should have been done back in the 70s. But
yeah.
But,
you know what's really cool is Shirley Jones endorses it and speaks the words that without the Cowsills there would be no Partridges, and it's pretty lovely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you guys were actually invited.
Do you know that's what I wanted to hear you say?
What?
Without the Cowsills, there'd be no Partridge family.
It's true. And she said
I know it's true, but I've had a hard time convincing my English friends because we all know the Partridge family.
Yeah. I mean, look, how many songs does anybody remember from the Partridge Family? All right, I Think I Love You. What else?
And guess what? The Cowsills cover that now in our shows.
I know.
Really?
Cool. Yeah, I saw that on YouTube. I was like, oh, cool. Because you guys should actually own that song, in my opinion. But
well, they took our producers and our writers, so
now,
why the hell not?
Now, weren't you guys?
Well, why don't you just buy the rights to it? Sod them.
Maybe we will. And there's one other thing I really need to say.
Yes.
Russ and I are working with a screenplay writer. Her name is Wendy Anderson, and she has written a screenplay based on the time here during Katrina. Really? And we're going to be doing the music for it.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty exciting.
When's this going to happen?
Blues, yeah.
Do you know when this is going to happen?
Well, and again, it's been an ongoing process.
Okay, so it could be any time in the next year.
But she's starting a Kickstarter program for it. So that's another thing to be looking out for. And the music from Lighthouse is going to be the music for the movie.
Oh, that is awesome. Susan, that is so cool. Oh, you got to be floored. I mean, come on.
I am when I'm not doing dishes.
Well, as long as you got to Hobart, you'll be all right.
So when I'm waking up and looking in the mirror and going, who the hell are you?
Yeah, yeah.
Because, Yeah. But no, life is good. Life is gracious.
Now, you guys were actually, I understood that you guys were actually approached about being on the Partridge Family. Is that right? I mean,
oh, no. Let me clarify this for you. We were not approached to be them. We were them.
Right.
Screen Gems wrote this show for my family.
Okay.
And they came out to our house in Brentwood back in 1968, 69, whenever, and stayed with us for about a week and a half and kind of, scoped us out. They wanted Shirley Jones to be the mother, so that excluded Mom. Mm-hmm. And we're not actors.
Right.
So at the end of their week and a half stay with us at our house, they came to my father and our business people saying, okay, we want Shirley Jones to be the mom. we'll take the little girl and bury.
That's it?
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh,
So what did you guys say?
my dad said no.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, it really actually was, because again, I think that would have been a quicker end to us.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine. But that's Hollywood for you. They would do that stuff.
Yeah,
They do mix and match.
and it makes all the sense in the world, because I mean, it really does. Art playing out life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We couldn't play ourselves. We can't play who you are.
Yeah,
you are who you are.
that is kind of a strange thing, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Although I would be pissed off, because I would have really loved to be in a TV show, like The Courtship of Betty's Father or something.
Well, you have been in a TV show.
I know.
You're right. Hey, you know what?
What?
I want to give Daniel the courtesy of queuing up our next song. What would you like to get to next?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Any
ideas?
Did you do Palm of My Hand yet?
Oh, right. Yeah. How about that? Duh. How about Palm of My Hand, Daniel? Is that available? Do you have that one?
Well, of course, anything's available. And, yes, it's queued.
Okay, good. All right.
Wait, can you tell? Okay, quick. My friend Adam Duritz sang on it with me from the Counting Crows.
Oh, really?
No, wait. Yeah, the Counting Crows. There's also the Black Crows,
Cool.
who I'm also friends with. Yeah, Adam Duritz did the harmonies on it. And this is one of the first songs that Russ and I really collaborated on, and it is a song about how you don't know what's, it's the old, and it was in my backyard all the time.
Wow. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, now at Mark Mercer's Loving, Caring, and Sharing, exclusively on North Star Radio, off of Susan Cowsill's Just Believe It CD, Palm of My Hand.
I was willing to fight. I was willing to ride into the night. I knew it was out there somewhere, and I would find it in the palm of my hand. So I traveled for years, far away on the river filled with tears, and every drop was salt that stung my heart. I was gone for so long, I grew older and older, made me strong. Nothing could stop me now, and it never could anyhow. The palm of my hand, the palm of my hand, that's where we will land. After spinning around outside the palm of my hand, I've been racing through time with the winners that come and go, looking into the eyes of the strangers I used to know long ago in my mind. All of this Now it's time to go home. Tired of living alone. You'll be there 'cause you've been there all along. You'll never guess what I found after searching this whole world around. The palm of